All right, we're back here at OCRC Raceway for the Invitational Class wrap-up here. Ryan Cavallari, the big champion here this weekend. Ryan, now that's the four-time Reedy Race Champion Invitational winner, plus a four-time world champion. So talk to us about how this win feels for you.
Today was spectacular. Really couldn't say anything else really besides that. The whole weekend was a little up and down. We kind of worked on our setups at first with our four-wheel, which was like a brand new car, first time racing it. So we were kind of a little unsure on how it was going to play out, but it actually ended up being one of our, it was a good car overall. But we worked as a team, and we got myself in a good position going into two-wheel. And I felt like my two-wheel was going to be my strong car. And overall, I was super happy with my car. And in the last race, I mean, it was by far the best it was the whole entire time. I mean, I had a lot of people say, I can't believe how good your car looked. But, I mean, in all the other races, I wouldn't say it was the greatest car, but I just drove it as best as I could. And pretty much that's just what you have to do at this race.
So, I mean, we talked about the four-wheel, but the two-wheel is kind of where you really came on in the program. I mean, you got basically a perfect score in the two-wheel class, which is what you needed to win. I mean, really, Mayfield kind of had the advantage. He had that 1 point advantage on you, and you needed the perfect score to win. It came down to the last race, and you guys were in the same race. But, and I actually thought that your two-wheel really was probably the best it was in that last race,
Yeah, I mean, I would say the same thing. I mean, I just kind of went match to match with Mayfield. I knew I had to do something spectacular and just had really good racing. I was very patient. I mean, everything I did I was very patient and kind of put myself in a good position and made some good passes. And, I was lucky to get a few wins going into two-wheel and then just followed that up today with a perfect score. I mean, it's pretty unbelievable. I've only had a couple perfect scores in two-wheel before, but never really could put everything together. So overall, I'm really happy.
Yeah, and there's a difference between racing from the lead and racing from behind and going with a perfect score. When you're in the lead, the perfect score seems like it might be a little bit easier, but when you have to have the perfect score, I think is actually much more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I never really thought that I needed a perfect score to win. I mean, I was going one race at a time. I never looked ahead. I never really even paid attention to the points. I just knew that I had 1 point that I had to make up, and pretty much that's what I had to do. So going into the last race, I kind of just made a few little adjustments to my car. I went back to the tires I ran actually in their first run of the day, and I thought that actually was the best fit overall. I was kind of scared at first, but the tires were very low, but I felt like at the end of the day, the track was going to have the most grip, and they came alive.
Yeah, I mean, right there in the race, you could see you had the 19-second laps, which was the hot laps all day. I mean, I really only think there was only a few of you guys that got into the 19s, you and Mayfield, and Spencer got in the 19s in that last race. He was kind of chasing you down, but, we'll kind of drop down here and just kind of put your cars down. But, if you want to just talk about how you have them outfitted, just for the people that might not know, I mean, you got your new Much More electrical, but kind of go through, how you have these things outfitted here at the Reedy Race.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, they're outfitted really nice. We got the fin turnbuckles. I anodized them gold. Got the stock body on it right now. The upgrade stickers, the handout tires that are Proline, the JC wing, all the kind of factory team parts and accessories, Much More electronics. And then going over to the two-wheel, we have the JC front wing, the JC fin turnbuckles, anodized gold, usually just for Worlds and Reedy races. I usually do that sort of thing. And then JC body, S2, JC wing, and JC tires.
So let's do just go ahead and rip the bodies off these things, and so people can get a look at what the victorious looking car is like here.
We got the Savox Ryan Cavallari Edition servos, which I debuted them at CRC in second race out. All new electronics. I got the Much More ESC, Much More 5.5 motor, and then the Much More 5,000 battery. And then moving towards my two-wheel, I have the Much More speed control and battery and a 7.5 motor.
So, I mean, when you look at these cars, I mean, the reality is, you got some nice looking stuff on here, but they're pretty stock. I mean, in reality, I mean, there's nothing really crazy that people can't get here. It comes down to putting it together correctly and really just kind of doing it with the driving, right?
Yeah, I mean, we spent a lot of time. I would say my 4-wheel, I spent about half a day polishing up all the ball sets, screws, doing the turnbuckles. Takes about 20 minutes. Just a lot of just fitment, making sure everything is super free. And the same thing with the 2-wheel. I mean, I spent a half a day just getting everything perfect, cutting the wires, making everything just right for the race. That's how I roll. I like to have everything neat. And I feel if everything's neat and looks good, it's going to perform well. So that's how I like to do it.
All right. Well, if you want to give a shout out here to all your sponsors and your supporters and the wife back home and all that type of thing.
I'd like to give a thanks to Team Associated, Much More, J Concepts, Savox, Upgrade, Lungsford, MIP, Kicker, Makita, Savox, PCH Hobbies, Live RC. Everyone that really supported me throughout the entire time. I mean, I had a lot of support, honestly, the whole entire time. Everyone was cheering if I made a pass. I'm a local, so I kind of feel like that's just normal. And in my wife, Yahtzee, I was always kind of telling me what I had to do, telling me the points, and just really everyone behind me.
All right, well, absolutely. That's Ryan Cavalieri, the 4-time now invitational champion here at the Reedy Race, as well as the 4-time world champion. So congrats again, Ryan. I appreciate it. It was awesome watching you race this weekend, and we'll see you soon at the next race.
Yep. Thank you.